Good early morning to you, and thank you for joining us here on KVUE for your election results. I'm Yvonne Nava. So this morning, we start with the race for mayor. Right now, it looks like incumbent Mayor Kirk Watson will narrowly win the race for mayor without having to go to a runoff. Mayor Watson faced 4 challengers. Let's take a look. We have Carmen Yanis Pulido, who came in behind him with 20% of the votes, Kathy Tovo with 17%, Jeffrey Bowen and Doug Greco with 5% of the votes. Now, here's what Mayor Kirk Watson had to say last night.
And I can't say enough how truly great that honor is. So what I want to do tonight in a little short time is I want to say, the first thing I want to say is that I want to thank all the voters who voted and whoever they voted for. I want to thank them for voting, but I want to thank those voters that have voted in such large numbers for their confidence in me. And I want to say that I'm very grateful to that Austinites considered the experience, the records, the priorities of the 5 candidates in this race and cast their ballots accordingly. Second, what I want to do is I want to thank all the people who directly supported our campaign. Over the course of the last 2 campaigns I've been involved with, we have broken numerous fundraising records in the history of the city of Austin, and I appreciate every single donor that is given to these campaigns. I also greatly appreciate the hundreds of volunteers who helped out by making phone calls, knocked on doors, talked with voters at polling places. They really did make all of the difference in this campaign, and I can't say thank you enough to them. I also want to say a big thank you to all the local leaders who endorsed our campaign, including 8 of my colleagues on the Austin City Council and dozens of other locally elected officials, from county commissioners to state representatives to state senators and to many mayors from surrounding cities. It meant a lot to me personally that there was all of that effort to endorse me, and I want to say thank you to the council members, Natasha Harper Madison, Vanessa Fuentes, Jose Velasquez, Chito Vela, Ryan Alter, Mayor Pro Tem Leslie Poole, Paige Ellis, and Zoe Cadre, council members that supported me. We work very well as a team, and it's made a real difference. I also want to say thanks to my amazing campaign team. The consultants that helped me included Mark Nathan and David Butts and Mark Littlefield. Of course, Susan Hari, who has been my finance director since, well, forever. And she was here again, and she made a big difference. The staff was really great. It was the best field operation I've ever seen in a local election. And that, by the way, not just in a local election, but in the state of Texas. My field director was Sarah McGee. Let's give her a round. Sarah helped me in that last campaign too, and she's a real pro and really made a difference. And I want to say the team of young people who were there every day, thanks to all of you, but I want to call out a few. Chloe Wilkinson, Matt, Haha, and Ashley. Really a tremendous team. I don't want to name everybody, but it was a wonderful group of young people that made a big difference. And finally, I really want to say a big thank you to the dude that managed the whole effort, Joe Casino. And I put up with that this whole campaign. For those that know me, you know that I did a little maturing myself. And finally, and most importantly, I want to recognize and thank my family, Cooper, Preston, Catherine, Effie and Birdie, My brother and sister-in-law, my brother Kyle and my sister-in-law Mary Ann, who weren't able to be with us tonight, and of course Liz. This is a family that loves Austin, Texas deeply, and has been a family that has served Austin, Texas. So I want to say thank you to all of them. And I really do need to say thank you to the people that have do the work day to day in the mayor's office that have created such an important record for us to be able to run on. Colleen, Kate, Max, Alexis, Rebecca, Marisol, Philip, they're all a big part of my day-to-day life, and they give so much to the city of Austin. So I want to say thank you to them. Hopefully, well, actually, I was going to say, hopefully tomorrow the campaign will finally be behind us because we'll actually know something. But I guess I would ask, does anybody know anything since I've been started talking here?
You're the best.
Have we won the thing yet? Anyway. But that's when it'll be time to get back to work. And I do want to say a couple of things about that. The way I see it, these first 2 years in the mayor's office have mostly been about getting us back on the right track. To be frank, there was a lot of things that we needed to focus our attention on and shake things up at City Hall. That's what I said when I ran last time we would do. And we've had to focus on that since this January of 2023, and we did that. We also delivered not just on shaking things up, but on some pretty big things. We got things done. In just 22 months, we've changed the landscape for affordability in Austin. And in doing so, we're now a national model. And we've done that whether it's by modernizing land use and changing old ways of thinking, some of which went all the way back to 1947, or it's about how to get more people in family-sustaining careers with our new Austin Infrastructure Academy.
There you go.
We've also made enormous strides in addressing the needs of our city and also the needs of so many people when it comes to addressing those living homeless. We've moved forward on public safety and so much more. We are getting things done at City Hall, but there's more to be done. And while we've made a lot of progress, while we've stabilized things at City Hall, and we're finally now in a place, I think, to build even more and really chart a new course for Austin's future. And here's what I hope that future looks like. It looks like a more affordable city with more housing options, more transportation options, more childcare options, and more career options. It looks like a safer city with a fully staffed police, fire, and EMS services that respond quickly and effectively and are fully accountable to the citizens they serve. And it looks like a more progressive city with stronger protection for fundamental human rights, including reproductive rights, stronger support for our neighbors experiencing homelessness, and a stronger commitment to our environment and our climate. Now I'll tell you, I don't look at this through rose-colored glasses. I've done this a time or two. Even though I'm very proud to be standing in front of you where it looks like I'll have been elected mayor again, and I'm very proud of the service we've provided, I know there are a good number of folks who supported other candidates. And I want to say to all of those people tonight this thing. I'm very hopeful that we can now work together to build on what I believe every candidate and every voter in this election had in common, which is a deep love for this city and a genuine desire for a better future. We may have differences about the best way to get there, but I think almost all of us agree on where we want to go. So, for my part, when 100% of the vote is counted, and we know we're all 100% ready for a new conversation, let's start that now. and how we all want to work together to do what's best for Austin. But tomorrow, we will all be one Austin, and let's get it done.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you all.
No need for a runoff election next month in that race. Now, the other major race we're tracking here in Austin is the race for Texas's U.S. Senate seat. Incumbent Senator Ted Cruz winning a third term representing Texas against challenger U.S. Representative Colin Allred. Now, let's look at the numbers here. With 96% of the precincts reporting, Ted Cruz winning by 53%. That's the number right now. Colin Allred with 44%. And Ted Brown trailing at 2%. Now, Senator Cruz spoke with supporters after the race was called, because it was. So let's listen in.
I want to say thank you, number one, to my extraordinary wife, Heidi, my best friend in the world. Such an amazing partner on this magic carpet ride of life. And I want to say thank you to our two beautiful and amazing girls, Caroline and Catherine. You know, politics at times exacts a price on the family. And I want to say I am so grateful for their love and support, and you guys are amazing. Thank you. I also want to give a special shout out to Alexis Nungary. Alexis, thank you for your incredible courage speaking out for your precious Jocelyn, and your courage has made such a profound difference in this nation. We're going to. I also want to thank all the Democrats across Texas who crossed over and supported my campaign. Including especially Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg. Who has stood strong for prosecuting violent criminals. And I want to thank every Texan across our great state who has stood with us in this fight, who worked and who fought for Texas. I want to congratulate Colin Allred on a hard-fought campaign. And I want to say to all of those who didn't support me, you have my word that I will fight for you, for your jobs, for your safety, and for your constitutional rights. But tonight, the people of Texas have spoken. And their message rings clear as a bell across our great state. Texas will remain Texas. You know, the media were ready to write off Texas. And Chuck Schumer poured in more than $100 million to our state. Well, I want to say thank you, Chuck. And I hope we win a few more Senate seats tonight because you wasted so much money in Texas. They deployed every trick, every lie, and every Hollywood celebrity they could find. Chuck Schumer tried to buy this Senate seat like it was a piece of Manhattan real estate. But he learned what we've always known, that Texas isn't for sale. And Texans can't be bought. Amen. Over the last 2 years, I've traveled every corner of this state, from the Panhandle to the Valley, from deep East Texas to far in West Texas. We have traveled 9,094 miles, 53 rallies all over the state of Texas. I've worn out my boots, at times my voice, and certainly the patience of my incredible political team, who did an amazing job on this campaign, and I think is the very best team in all of politics. And what I found traveling the state of Texas was worth every single mile. Because everywhere I went, I found something that gives me profound hope. Common sense isn't dead. It is alive and well in Texas. Everywhere I went, I met Texans who share a simple dream: to keep their families safe, to keep their freedom secure, and to keep their Texas values strong. Tonight, we are witnessing incredible results, especially with Hispanics across the state of Texas. And we are seeing tonight generational change in South Texas. The results tonight, this decisive victory, should shake the Democrat establishment to its core. I've spent months in the Rio Grande Valley, sitting in family kitchens, visiting small businesses, praying in local churches. And let me tell you what I learned. Our Hispanic communities aren't just leaving the Democrat Party. They're coming home to conservative values they never left. They understand something the liberal elites never will. There's nothing progressive about open borders. There is nothing compassionate about chaos. And there is nothing Latino about letting criminals roam free. And just for good measure, we're not tacos. We're small business owners who know that lower taxes means more jobs. We're parents who know that secure borders mean safe neighborhoods. And we're families who know that Texas energy independence means prosperity for everyone. And I found this same awakening to common sense everywhere I traveled. I saw it in the eyes of Texas mothers, tired of being lectured to about their values, their faith, and their children's education. I heard it from energy workers in the Permian Basin and the Eagle Ford Shale, men and women who know that American energy independence isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about national security and freedom. It's about families being able to fill their gas tanks without emptying their bank accounts. Look, common sense isn't complicated. It tells us that borders have to mean something. It tells us that laws must be enforced, that children deserve innocence, and that prosperity comes from work, not a handout. And here's what common sense tells us above all, that the people who built Texas, whether their families came 5 generations ago or 5 months ago, understand Texas better than any social engineer in Washington ever will. When I return to the Senate, I carry with me not just a victory, but a mandate. A mandate from the people of Texas. And let me be crystal clear about what that mandate means. First, we must secure the border. Not with empty promises, but with concrete and steel and law and order, and with the unshakable resolve from knowing we are protecting those we love. The cartels who poison our communities, the traffickers who prey on the innocent, their days are numbered. Second, we must unleash Texas energy. The answer to America's energy needs isn't Venezuelans, oil fields, or the Ayatollah in Iran. But rather it is right here in Texas, in the Permian Basin, and throughout the state of Texas. We will drill, we will frack, we will produce, and we will lead the entire world. And we will never again let foreign dictators hold American energy independence hostage. Third, we must defend our God-given rights. Not some of them, not most of them, but all of them. The right to speak truth in an age of enforced lies. The right to worship the Lord God Almighty with all of our heart, mind, and soul without government getting in the way. And the right to protect our families without asking bureaucrats for permission. But above all, this mandate means fighting for what we believe in. Fighting every day, in every way that matters, fighting for Texas jobs, for Texas values, for Texas families, fighting for the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. And fighting without retreat and without apology. Because this isn't just about politics. It's about preserving a way of life that has made Texas the last best hope for freedom for mankind. I know this in my bones. You see, this isn't just political for me. It's personal. Like all of you, my family journey makes me who I am. Many of y'all know my father, Pastor Rafael Cruz. My dad arrived here from Cuba with nothing but $100 sewn into his underwear. He washed dishes for 50 cents an hour. He learned English watching John Wayne movies. And he worked his way through the university, graduating class of '61. That journey from a Cuban prison to Texas freedom From a dishwasher to a small business owner here in Houston to today a pastor spreading the gospel across the state. That's not just my story. That's Texas's story. Likewise, my mom. Who's Irish and Italian, born to a working-class family in Delaware, who became the first person in her family ever to go to college. She graduated from Rice in 1956 with a degree in math, and she became a pioneering computer programmer at the dawn of the computer age. My dad is 85. My mom turns 90 this month. Both are here tonight, and I love you both very much. You are my heroes. And here is what Texas promises. Not equality of outcomes, but equality of opportunity. Amen. Not guaranteed success, but a guaranteed chance. Not life without struggle, but a life where struggle has meaning, where merit matters. And where dreams that are backed by sweat and steel determination can still come true. That is the promise of Texas. That is the American dream. That's what all of us fought to preserve here tonight, and that's what I give you my word I will continue to defend with every fiber of my being in the United States Senate. Tonight's victory belongs to all of us across the state. Thank you to each of you. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the great state of Texas. I love you.
Representative Colin Allred also spoke with supporters after the race was called last night. He thanked everyone for believing in him and thanked his family for being by his side throughout his campaign. He also spoke of his hope for the future of Texas.
This country is worth fighting for. Understand that. This state is worth fighting for. We are a great country. Nobody needs to make us great again. We are great because we are good. And we are good because that's who we are as a people.
Now, many of his supporters hoped his moderate stance would have gotten him through the finish line, but it didn't. Texas's decades-long streak of not having a Democratic U.S. Senator continues. And now let's get to the results of several races impacting Austin and Travis County. Austin City Council District 2, which covers most of southeast Austin. Now let's look right here. Vanessa Fuentes, 86% of the votes with 100% of the precincts reporting. So the incumbent will continue. Vanessa Fuentes with a large lead. Robert Reynolds with 14%. City Council District 4, which covers parts of North and Central Austin. Jose Chito Vela with 58% of the vote wins that district. And City Council District 6, which covers Northwest Austin. If we can go to that one there, you see Mackenzie Kelly, the incumbent here. This is an upset. She had 49% of the votes. Krista Lane with 51%. That's all the votes in. So Krista Lane takes over. Mackenzie Kelly loses. The incumbent loses there. Now, City Council District 7, which primarily covers Northwest and North Austin. Let's look at all the numbers here. Mike Siegel overwhelmingly wins with 40% of the votes. Gary Bledsoe, 19%. That's the closest margin there. And then the others follow, as you see there on the screen. Now, City Council District 10, let's go to that one here. Mark Duchin with 51% of the vote wins that council. District 10, Ashika Ganguly with 49%. So it was a close race, but Mark Duchin with 51%. Now, switching gears to the race for Travis County District Attorney, with incumbent Jose Garza beating Republican challenger Daniel Betts 68% to 32%. And here's what Jose Garza had to say to his supporters last night.
Because tonight, voters have sent a clear message, have reaffirmed their belief that we should be building a criminal justice system that treats everyone the same. And they have reaffirmed that we are doing that, and I'm so excited to have their support.
All right, now let's go to Prop A for Travis County, which is aimed at making child care more available and affordable to low-income families. Prop A passes 59% of people voted for it, 41% against Prop A. So Prop A, it's a go. So now let's hear what Travis County Judge Andy Brown had to say on that vote.
Travis County is going to be the first place in the state to go forward with a program like this, one of the very first in the nation. It says a lot about Travis County voters understanding the benefits of affordable child care and being willing to invest in it. So I'm very excited that they're trusting us on this issue.
All right, moving along to Round Rock ISD. They have their Prop A as well, nearly $1 billion worth of bonds. Prop A is worth $798 million and would cover the cost of upgrades at aging schools. It looks like 62% of voters for Round Rock voted for Prop A. And Round Rock ISD Prop B, moving along, is worth more than $125 million and focuses on instructional technology. 59% of voters voted for Prop B against 41%, so 59%. Now going to Prop C, worth more than $8.5 million and would go toward fine arts and improvements. It looks like Prop C passes. 55% of voters voted for it. Now, Round Rock ISD Prop D, worth nearly $66 million and would fund a new athletic facility and renovate other athletic buildings. Well, 57% of voters voted against it. So it looks like for Round Rock ISD, A, B, and C props passed. Prop D did not. 57% of voters voted against that one. Now, in the race for Williamson County Sheriff, Republican Matthew Lindeman beat out incumbent Democratic Sheriff Mike Gleason 52% to 48%. So it was a close race, but Matthew Lindeman squeaked out a win with 52% of the vote. And finally, in the race for sheriff over in Hays County, you can see Anthony Hipólito Jr. with 53% of the vote wins versus Democrat Alex Villalobos with 47% of the vote for Hays County Sheriff. Anthony Hipólito Jr. will be Hays County's next sheriff. Well, thank you for tuning in to KVUE for your election results. And we're going to continue to bring you more results throughout the morning here on KVUE Daybreak starting at 4:30. I'll see you in about an hour.